Yes, yes. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please switch on your videos. Okay. So what were we talking about? What did I end with?
Consulting person.
Okay. And a new word that you heard was starting with R.
Rapport.
Rappo. T is silent. Rappo. Okay. Rappo building. Again, and today in this class also we'll deal with Rappo. Yes, Reina, have you heard about Rappo building? Rappo? No. Okay. Your dad might be knowing. Dad and mom would be knowing, I think. They are supposed to know. They would be knowing, I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay. So the thing is, yes. Do you remember the example? Just a minute. Yes. Remember the example? I mean the role play that I and Ashish had. Hmm? So what were the negatives from my side? What all did I do wrong, or what all should I have improved?
Should have give time for Ashish to speak.
Yes, I should have given time for Ashish to speak, and I should have listened to what he is speaking, isn't it? So I should be a good listener. Note that I should be a good listener. Then Ashish, please switch on the video. Ashish, how did you feel when you were uh, pestered with questions? Ashish is not here. I think it's raining. Is it raining there, dear, please? Others? No, not yet. Yes. Any other negatives? Ashish, what were my negatives when I was asking you so many questions, or I was kind of interviewing you? Hmm?
You are in rush.
I was in a rush, yes. I was in a hurry to finish off my questions, isn't it? Or I was in a hurry to know what your problem is, or if it was in terms of the psychological testing, the experiment that we do, then I will be in a hurry to start my test, isn't it? Yes, okay. Then, then
Proper ambience was not there for him to open up.
proper ambience was not there for him to open up. So how would I create a proper ambience? What would I do to give him a proper comfortable situation?
You be
Let it be
friendly
there.
with him.
That is something related to procedural memory, I think. It's difficult to explain, isn't it? You have to do it and then experience. Yes, Ashish, you said something?
To be friendly with.
Yes, I should be friendly. My expression was very blank, isn't it? I was simply keeping on asking questions like a robot, isn't it? Yes, so my facial expression, my body language, all that is important. Then, or just imagine if I'm, how would my expression, and now, how should be my expression rather than being blank?
Pleasant face.
Pleasant face. Pleasant face means I should be laughing all the time. I'll be asking, what is your name, huh? Ashish, yes, where are you coming from? All the time. I laugh and ask, how will that be? How would the client feel? Or rather, how would the participant feel? Some participants or some clients might feel revealed that he is not as this psychologist, isn't it? Yeah. So you should keep an optimum level of pleasantness. That is, you should not be. The client should not feel that you are very aggressive or very indifferent. Rather, you should be just pleasant. Just keep a pleasant face, keep a small warm smile on your face and sit. Just as you welcome your any guest that comes to your house, not the guest that you don't like, not the aunts and uncles that always pesters you. Okay, not like you welcome them, just like you welcome a normal guest. Just be pleasant and welcome them. Okay, then that is about your facial expression. How should you sit? How should you be sitting? Note these points, okay? If the external comes for the exam, they'll note all these points in you. If you're sitting very serious like this and asking questions, then there goes your 1 mark or half marks. Then, where should you look? If the person is sitting in front of me and I'm looking here, and what is your name? Yes, and I'm looking my phone, checking WhatsApp messages. Yeah, where did you come from? And then I'm again checking Facebook, Instagram. And then what did you say? What was your name? Again I asked. Then what will the client feel? They'll feel pissed off at us, isn't it? So again, you have to maintain eye contact, which doesn't mean that you have to stare like this for a very long time. So maintain proper eye contact. You have to listen to the person, keep a pleasant face. Then, since you are not here, I can't show you how to sit. Who's sitting in a chair? Meghna is sitting in a chair, no? Yes, just sit back. Sit back. Lean backwards and sit. Don't fall. Relax and sit. Lean backwards and sit like this. Okay. This is not the right position to sit when the participant or client comes. Understood? People learn from mistakes. That's why I'm telling the don'ts first. You have to lean forward and sit, which doesn't mean that you have to sit at this much distance from the person. Understood? You have to maintain proper gap between your participant and yourself. Your voice should be audible. That is one point. Your voice should be clear and audible. What you say, you should not. What was your name? You can ask like that. Open your mouth and ask in a clear voice, what is your name? And Meghna, just sit, lean forward and sit as if you are listening to me. Yeah, like this. This is okay. You can keep your hands on your table. You can lean forward and sit. Leaning forward gives a signal that you are listening to that person. Okay. So leaning forward is important. Then you can't cross your arms and sit like this. That's not usually suggested. You should open your arms and sit. If this is done, then that means if somebody tells you something and then suddenly you cross your arms and sit. What does that suggest?
You are hiding something.
Yes, I am hiding something or I am disagreeing with that person. Okay, that's why it said that you should not cross your arms. You should keep your arms open. Then, what else we told about the voice? Voice should be clear and audible to the person. Then, listen. When you ask a question, listen to that person. From whatever that person is telling, try to be more friendly with that person. Rather than asking the next question. So, first if you ask the name, then you will have in mind, since you are beginners, you will have this in mind that you have to ask what is the age of the person. No such thing. If the person is telling a name, suppose one client comes with the name Violet, and then you can tell that, oh, that is a very rare name. I have not seen a person with this name. You can try to get more acquainted with that person. Understood? Rather than asking the next question, which will be the age. Don't sit and ask what is your gender. Okay? Please don't. Unless you have a very doubtful situation, please don't ask that question. What is your gender? Then, so what all? The voice, the eye contact, then the facial expression, the body language, that is lean forward and sit, Then listen to that person. That is very important. Listen. Active listening should be done. Write that. Active listening. Active listening means, what is the difference between active listening and normal listening?
To be attentive
Very attentive
what they say.
in what they say. And what is the difference between normal listening?
Normal
Not
listening,
much attentive.
sometimes we go.
Okay, active listening means the person who is telling you something. You are listening to that person, right? That person should understand that you are listening. Yes, you are doing active listening now because you nodded. So I understood that you understood what I said. Understood? So many understood. Yes. So active listening is done in such a way that the person who is talking to you should understand that you are listening to them. That is active listening. That is, you can say or Amal says like this, no? Yes, ma'am. Like that. Or you can just nod your head. You can say yes. You can say yes. You can say huh, like that. You actively respond to them in some or the other way. That is active listening. Active listening should be done. Then don't ask too many questions, and that is one thing. Don't ask too many questions. Yes, that's pretty much about the basic things to be noted. And as you do the experiment, as you do it in practice, you will correct your own mistakes. And one thing that I told you last class, don't be judgmental. Don't judge the person. Whoever comes in front of you, consider that that person is good. That person is here to share their problems, or maybe they don't have a problem, they just need someone to talk to. Okay, that might be the reason why the person is here. So you just have to be empathetic. That is one point. Be empathetic. Empathy. What is empathy? Anyone?
Being there in their place.
Being in their place. Being commonly said phrases. Being in someone else's shoes. Empathy. That is empathy, which means that doesn't mean that you have to go and stand inside their shoes. It means that you have to think from their perspective, think from their own point of view. Suppose somebody is coming and telling you that my best friend passed away last night. I am very sad about that. Not last night, might be a week ago, and I am very sad about that. So you should not say, oh, that happens to everyone, you don't have to be sad. Is that empathetic? No. You have to tell that I understand. I can imagine how difficult it will be for you to handle. Like that, you have to soothe that person. What is sympathy then?
Concern.
Sympathy is just showing concern. Empathy means you are thinking from that person's point of view and then you are acting on that. Sympathy means you are just standing in your own place and just seeing that person, feeling pity for that person. That's all. Suppose I'll tell you one example. When a person falls down and he or she has hurt himself or herself, then you are standing on the side of the road. And if you are sympathetic, then you stand there and say, oh, poor person, he fell down, he hurt himself, oh, so bad. I think he has got hurt very badly. That is sympathy. You are standing there, you are just feeling pity for the person. If you are empathetic, you will go there, help that person get up, and then ask that person, are you alright? That is empathy. Understood? So feeling for them, feeling just like them and acting for them, that is empathy. And just having pity feelings for them, that is sympathy. Understood the difference? Confused or understood? Understood. Okay. So be empathetic, don't be judgmental. Then see the person as a positive thing or a positive human being. Then what else? Yes, that's the basics about preparing yourself before conducting any experiment or before meeting a client. Okay. Yes, that's it. Now, with all of this, we are going to do role plays. We'll practice that and then only you will master it. Otherwise, if you directly go and do the experiment, then it will be a total mess. Before that, we have to do the rapport building. So, all these points are important in rapport building. Okay, and rapport, it is a, it can be considered as a state of connection between the experimenter and the subject, or the psychologist and the client. Understood? A connection, a state of connection where these people share their thoughts, their ideas and all. And during your practical exam, you might not have much time to build so much of rapport, because rapport building, when it comes to psychologist and a client, one session itself is for rapport building. And at the end of that session, the person might introduce his or her problem, and then this psychologist will give him schedules for the next session, the upcoming sessions. But in practicals, you can't tell your external examiner that I'll build the rapport today, you come tomorrow and invigilate my test. You can't do that, no. So you'll get only limited time to build rapport. So in that time, you have to be friendly with the subject. So what might be the questions that you would ask? No, that we'll discuss in the role play. Before that, before we move on to the role play, just take page number 36 of your textbook. 36. Ashish is telling something. Practicing? Are you practicing? Take page number 36 of the textbook. In that, you have objectivity, reliability, validity, norms. I don't know if you remember studying this, but I'm sure that I've taught you. Okay, so when you come for the next class, read that and come. This is important for the practicals. For any practical that you do, even if it is physics, chemistry, whatever test you have, it has a reliability value. It has to be tested if it is valid or not. Then it will also have appropriate norms to score. Norm tables will be there to score. Okay, so read that portion and come. If you can, then Google some more about this portion, that is reliability, validity and norms. Objectivity is fine, leave that. Reliability, validity and norms, you have to just research and come. Otherwise you won't understand what is happening inside. Okay, fine. So shall we start role play? Who wants to be the psychologist? No, not psychologist, experimenter and subject. Who will be? Who will be the experimenter? Wait. Okay, I have chosen a number. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you know. I have chosen a number from 1 to 7. You take random numbers from 1 to 7, and the person who gets this number becomes the experimenter. And just 1 minute, I'll choose one more number. The next number becomes the subject. Okay, who will start? Take numbers from 1 to 7. Start.
7.
7. Okay. Next. Elvina, choose a number.
3.
Raina?
5.
5. Ashish?
1.
1. Amal?
I'm 2.
2. Grishma?
4.
4. Meghna is left with
6.
6. So Meghna is the experimenter and Amal is the subject. It was 6 and 2. Okay. On my screen I have Meghna on the left side and Amal on the right side, and middle I have myself. What about yours? Different, no? It'll be different, no? In different screens. Okay. Shall we start? Amal, if you can you just get up from that seat and walk and come? Amal, can you get up from the seat and walk and come? You can't hear me? Yes, no? Yes. Yes, okay. Can you get up from the seat and walk and come? Just as you come for a psychological test. Okay, you are the subject today and Meghna is the experimenter. Yes, go on. Okay, welcome him as if you are the experimenter. Okay, jokes apart, jokes apart. Please be serious, don't laugh. Wait. Amal, wait. Okay, your experimenter will welcome you. Experimenter will welcome you and ask you to sit. Okay, please stand once more. He'll throw me out today. Yes, Meghna, start.
Welcome.
You're not audible, Meghna.
Welcome.
Welcome. Just wish him good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where is Amal? Amal? You have to tell him, please be seated. Okay. Poor client has some connection issues. Please forgive. No, subject has some connection issues. Okay.
So
Yes.
should I start questioning?
Do as if we discussed.
Like after, please take a seat, ask questions.
Try to build rapport. He should feel connected to you and he should be comfortable to open up to you. He should be comfortable to do the test. Okay. So these people who come to do a test, they'll be very anxious about their scores and all. Some people might come to test if they have some issues regarding the intelligence quotient or emotional quotient or something like that. So they'll be anxious to know their score. That is one thing. They'll be very stressful in that situation. So you have to put them at ease first. That is why we are building rapport. Or their hands will shiver when some people their hands will shiver. Some people might get really stressed and read some question and give their answer somewhere else. Or if it is a task to be completed, then they'll fix this piece there, that piece here, and everything will be a mess. So for you to conduct the experiment properly, your subject should be at a comfortable level first. That is why we are building a rapport first. Okay, start.
Hi.
Amal, unmute. You can't hear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So she is your experimenter and you are the subject. Okay. You have come to come to test your intelligence quotient. Okay. Fine. Start.
Hi.
Hi.
What happened, Meghna?
Ma'am is not responding.
Who is not responding? We didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear.
He said hi.
Then I said good afternoon.
We didn't hear that. I didn't hear. Did you hear others? No. Connection issues. Oh, if it was here, we should have done this smoothly. Okay. Good afternoon, Amal.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
How have you been these days? Ma'am, you're muted.
Sorry. The audio has to be clear and you have to be very fluent in what you ask. Don't ask as if you're written so many questions and you're reading from it. Just ask fluently as if you meet a person and ask. He is showing a confused feeling. Just observe his general appearance and facial expression. He seems to be a bit confused, no? And is lacking interest, isn't it? From his face we can read. Okay.
How have you been these days?
How have you been these days?
Well,
Well,
How are you feeling now?
better.
okay. So one thing that you have to notice, the subject is telling only one word answers. Okay. So either his personality is like that or the person is not feeling at ease. Is not feeling to open up today. Okay. Then. Amal, it's about a subject, not about you. Okay, don't worry. Then.
What should I ask?
That's all. Did you ask his name?
No.
No. Okay, that is the problem. We have this strong thing in our mind that we have to ask so many questions. We have to build a rapport. That thing is there in our mind. So we'll forget something or the other in the middle. So what happens is, what you have to do is just be fluent. As if you meet a person for the first time, just be fluent. Just ask as whatever you want and don't ask which actor you like and all as the first question. Okay, be sensible. Give some sensible questions and then continue the conversation. The thing is, you have to build a conversation there. The person has to he has to feel comfortable to talk to you or comfortable at that seat. So one thing that you ask, how are you feeling today? That is a very good question to ask during rapport building. Then you can ask if the test is at the noon time, you can ask, did you have your lunch? That you can ask. Then exam won't be during the evening, so I mean not during the night, so supper is nothing. You don't have to ask about that. Then breakfast you can ask. If it's in the morning, you can ask, did you have your breakfast? That is a good question. Then if it is raining outside, you can ask, it's a rainy day, no, today? So the person will say yeah or no, whatever, according to the person. Then, I mean, if the person is disoriented, then he would not listen to the rain outside, so that person might say it's not raining outside. You have to deal with it. Then, yeah, there are the few questions that you can ask. Okay. Yes. Yes,
And what
Meghna?
age and all?
Yes,
Kind of.
age also you can ask. There, in most of the tests, you have the form, no, to fill. Name will be there, age, gender. Most of the time, these three things will be there, and some formats have religion also. The test itself you will have. When we do the test, you will understand that. No problem. So, any other pair? Okay, that was a good job. Subject and experimenter. Next. You volunteer. Should I call again? Volunteer. See, I'm not scolding you, know, then why are you so reluctant to come forward? Come on. What an irony. I scolded one, not scolded, but I told one student in 5th standard to keep quiet because he was shouting, Ma'am, can I? Ma'am, can I? Ma'am, can I? And I was asking some other person to read, and this person, two people, two boys shouted, and they shouted in such a voice that my ears got and I told them, please don't shout, blah blah blah. I told them all those things. I made them understand. I hope they understood. And then this person has not unmuted in the whole class after that. And then when I asked him questions, he answered. When I asked him to read, he read. Other than that, he did not shout. And here I have to ask them, please answer, please answer. Their answers are more. Here answers are very scarce. Come on, only 5 more minutes. We'll finish it fast. 2 people, come forward.
I can become the subject.
You can become the subject. Experimenter. The subject needs an experimenter. Come on. Elvina. Okay, start.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Well, yeah, it's fine.
Means you're totally fine or
No, I am a bit crazy. Are you can change the, I mean, I understood what you were intending to ask, but you can change the sentence as, are you feeling comfortable? Are you comfortable at your seat? Or are you seated comfortable there? Okay. Yes. Next. Don't laugh. The subject is very okay. Simply sitting and laughing is also a disorder. You know that? Aishwarya? Okay. Then.
are you feeling well today?
Yes,
Do you have any health issues?
at times I have an allergy.
And what's your name?
My name is Aishwarya.
Who all other in your family?
My mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, and my cousin sister.
Mm,
So
Actually,
when
what
she says this, you can add. So you have a big family, or what do you say? It's not. So your family is not a nuclear family. You just can be. You smile and say like this. So you can. That person can feel connected to you. So if I'm not judging you, I'm telling the negatives and positives so that you can improve. Okay. If you just look upwards, and what is the next question that I have to ask? Okay. Then what is your name? Then who all are there at your home? Then where are you working? And then what is the name of your school? Then that won't be fluent. Okay. And when the trick is when this person is answering, you have to multitask. You have to listen to that person, and maybe you can act that as if you are listening everything. You can nod, you can plus in, you can say and then you can think of the next question in mind, so that you fill in that gap of thinking like that. Understood? Okay. Then. And the name you can ask first. That is, when the person comes, you can wish the person, good morning, please be seated. Are you feeling comfortable there? Okay, the person would say yes or no, and then what is your name? You can ask like that in that tone. The tone should be correct. What is your name? Then this person will say the name, and then you can ask again. After that, maybe you can ask, are you feeling comfortable there, or are you ready for the test? Do you have any tension? Are you feeling anxious? Is it the first time that you are conducting such a test, or is it the first time that you have come to do an IQ test or whatever test you are doing? Are you aware of the test? Have you done it before? Like that. Okay. And what is your father doing? What is your mother doing? Those are unnecessary questions. You no need to ask. Name is important. Age is important. What the person is doing might be important. Then, did you eat breakfast? Did you eat lunch? If the person says no to your answer, that the person did not eat, then you can ask another question. Are you feeling hungry now? Then that also you can do. And at times you can provide them with water. You can ask them, if you are feeling thirsty, I have water here, you may drink. Also, while doing test, you can assure them that if you have any doubt, you can tell me. That is the procedure we'll explain to them, isn't it? This is the test. We are doing this test to measure this thing of this particular person. That is, if you are measuring the memory span, then this is a particular test to measure your memory span, and you will explain this is the thing to do, this is the thing not to do, and then as a conclusion you can tell them, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Is that clear? Then the person will ask a doubt or say no. Understood? Okay, so next class also we'll build rapport and study, and then we'll move on to our first test. Okay, rapport building, I think in YouTube videos you can watch, then it will be much easier for you. Okay, and read that reliability and validity and come. Fine. Okay, then we can wind up. Thank you.